this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Friday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios in beautiful New Jersey, in the bunker. And Scotty's paycheck to paycheck affordable housing in the dump section of Beverly Hills, California, really on the borderline of some other city, but still technically Beverly Hills, not even the right zip code. Scotty is here. Yeah, Scotty is here.
The sign at the end of my street says "Welcome to," so you know that's all that matters, Sam Wu.
Yeah, it's all that matters. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. As the Devils fall short to the Buffalo Sabres tonight, 5-4, a little disheartening, but not the end of the world. Look on the bright side, folks. Maybe they'll clinch in front of the home fans tomorrow against the Ottawa Senators. I don't know. But they did try to come back. Wow, thank you, Martin Rosario. Can't expect to win the division losing gimmies like this, especially after Carolina lost. We got to tighten up. Thank you, Martin Rosario, for the super chat in the YouTube Live channel.
Very nice.
Yeah, notice that
nice.
It just
Thank
interrupts
you,
my flow of my mini monologue. Those super chats, I'm telling you, they're very distracting. It's like seeing a squirrel. You'd be talking about something serious about the Devils, and suddenly you're like, whoa, super chat.
They're woo bucks coming in, you know? I mean, how can you not get distracted by it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Looks like Michigan said, oh, yeah? Penn State, we could put up an 8th spot as well, and they're only in the second period. Look out there, Sam Wu. Sam Wu's talking trash over here.
I'm telling you, Penn State is going to send Luke Hughes to the New Jersey Devils very quickly.
Well, I actually hope so. Our defense could probably use it.
That's my troll material. That's my troll material
for the day?
For tomorrow. For tomorrow. On the next, at Primetime Sam Wu on Twitter, Sam Wu says that Luke Hughes and who else is on that team? No, they wouldn't be sent down. Luke Hughes will be sent to the New Jersey Devils by Penn State. Yeah. Well, no. Well, he's not on
Penn State.
He's not on Michigan. So that's my trolling material for tomorrow. I'll probably get banned.
Okay.
Yeah. You know.
All right.
Yeah. Well,
welcome everybody to another edition of Devils After Dark here, exclusively on the Let's Go Devils podcast network. It's Scotty along with the greatest heel in the history of hockey Twitter and the king of the football calls himself, Sam by God Woo. And kind of a disappointing game here where the Devils could have made some magic happen and take advantage of a reeling Buffalo Sabres team. But there were, even though we lost, I will say there were a couple bright spots in this game. One of them, again, being the play of Vitek Vanacek, who came up huge after Akira Schmid got hung out to dry by the defense in the first period. And the return of the beast known as Jack Hughes. The Jack Attack was back. And he should have had a hat trick if Palat just dragged the skate a little bit more there on the old blue line.
Like I tweeted out, Scotty, his toe drag on that blue line will appear in the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
We shall see what happens. But, yeah, disappointing loss for the Devils nonetheless, especially with, like we said, a reeling Buffalo Sabres team who's just barely trying to hold on and stay relevant here, you know, in the final 10 games or so of the season. They pick up the win. The Devils fall short in their comeback. 5-4. Game number 72 on the season. The Road Warriors up there in Buffalo. Akira Schmid started the game, and no other changes. So Big Ball's been in there. Brendan Smith has been out. Nolan Foote has been in there. who, though he didn't play a lot of minutes, when I did see him on the ice, he did have a rather good game. I'll give him that. And believe it or not, the last time we had a 100-point season was 2011, 2012. It's been more than 10 years since the Devils have had a 100-point season. Maybe they'll get it done tomorrow night. Let's start out here in the first period. Now, I got to say, Luukkonen played a pretty good game for the Buffalo Sabres there in goal. He had a couple nice stops there. On the third line with Palat and Tatar and Boquist. Palat had a nice feed from behind the net. Tatar right out in front, and Luukkonen looked sharp there early going. And then again, there was a turnover by the Sabres behind their net. They basically just passed it right out in front to Andre Palat, and he put a rifle of a shot on net. But again, Luukkonen came up big with the saves, and then, the Buffalo Sabres got it going with some bad defense, some bad defensive coverage there by the Devils. They had all the players on one side of the ice. That's not a good recipe for success in the defensive zone when everybody is on one side of the ice. What's going to happen? Someone's going to be wide open on the other side. And in the first period at 6:29, it was Derek Cousins, who was wide open. On the other hand, on the other side of the ice, as all five Devils bunched up on the left-hand side. If you're looking at your TV, the left-hand side, top side of your screen there, here comes Cousins in, and I will say he put a hell of a backhand move on Akira Schmid there. But, clear path right to the goaltender. That's a tough one to throw on the kid there, Akira Schmid. 1-0 Buffalo. And then, 40 seconds later? Yeah, 7:08 of the first. Tice's is it his older brother or younger brother? I think it's his older brother. Tage gets his 44th goal of the season. Holy Hanneman. And this was a loose puck at center ice, and Tage Thompson just outskated the gravy train for this one. He came in. Ryan Graves was trying to get back, trying to play some defensive coverage, but, basically a partial breakaway here. And again, hell of a move by Tage Thompson, kind of doing like a little toe drag, and fakes like he's going to go to the backhand. And then, boop, goes top shelf on the forehand side. Almost looked like he was going to do the backhand on the opposite side of what Cousins did. He was going to go backhand on the other side, but pulled it back, same side of the ice that Cousins scored on, top shelf. Both of them were two beauties of a goal. So you can't really fault Akira Schmid on that one. And then the Devils, okay, maybe woke up a little bit. Remember that they're the New Jersey Devils, almost at 100 points, and they're playing the Buffalo Sabres. You got Severson feeding in McLeod and Sharon Govich on a 2-on-1, a little back and forth, and then Yegor Sharon Govich buries it for his lucky number 13th of the year at 9:07 of the first. Little tip-in action right there. McLeod gets his 20th assist. Damon Severson gets his 22nd. But it doesn't last long because that was at 9:07. And guess what happened at 10:55? Friggin' Jack Quinn, who I always get confused, and I think he's a Hughes brother, but he's not, because, there's Jack Hughes and there's Quinn Hughes, and then I hear Jack Quinn, and for some reason I always think he's like the long-lost brother of the Hughes family, But he's not. He's not. He's just a Buffalo Sabre that, scores his 14th of the year. Cousins get the assist on this one. And this, again, wide open on the wing. It was almost an exact replica of the Cousins goal, where he had a clear shot right to Akira Schmid and another nasty one that goes top shelf, glove side. Schmid gets pulled. Can you really fault him on any of those goals? It's tough. You want to see him maybe make one of those saves, just because we always talk about timely saves and goaltending and like that, but friggin', hey, I almost said something I shouldn't have. Cousins is, he's really good. Tage Thompson is an elite player now this year. 44 goals. Cousins ain't no slouch either with 28. And Quinn is on that line too with Cousins. I know he's only got 14, But you got three really good, scorers on the Sabres right there who are left with a clear shot right at Akira Schmid. Bad defensive coverage. That's what I see. But Schmid is pulled. Vanacek comes in. Don't know how much I said, I don't know how much we can blame Akira Schmid for this. And I also believe that maybe Lindy Ruff was, sometimes you pull the goaltender like that as a little wake-up call to the team. Like, hey, boys, let's go. You just got your buddy pulled out of this game, and it ain't really his fault. So let's go. Let's wake it up over here. And just at the end of the period over there, we have to talk about this, too. Dahlin doing that hit on Nico Hischier, where he kind of turned the old backside to him. But what did he do? He jumped. He left the skates. Or left the ice. Skates left the ice. That was illegal, And a scrum ensued. And who was it? The big bruiser, Jesper Bratt, coming into the captain's saving over there. Scrum ensues. Nico looked pissed. I don't know if anyone was able to read some lips, when the captain was yelling some things, but there might have been a four-letter word, derogatory term,
actually,
a four-letter adjective with an IN on the end of it, and then a reference to
the P word,
to a cat. Another word for a cat. Let's say that.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else. I'm glad Sam Wu saw that.
No. Mrs. Wu can read lips. She told me exactly what he said.
It was pretty. It was pretty plain to see. And I gotta say, I like the captain getting feisty like that. Man, he wanted to go.
You know what?
And I love seeing Jesper Bratt go in there, even though I don't really want to see Jesper Bratt fight. But hey, I love seeing him go in there and stick up for his captain like that. And remember Sam Wu, last year, Jesper Bratt was the one who was going in and dropping the gloves every now and then. Remember talking about the big bruiser, Jesper Bratt?
Yeah.
When we were like, where the hell are you, Miles Wood? Well, Miles Wood was out. Maybe that was 2 years ago. When we were like, where are all these guys? Why is Jesper Bratt going in and mucking it up? But he did it again for his captain. And a four-letter adjective with an IN and another word for a cat. Go, Captain, go. What's up there, Sam Wu?
Just an observation on that play. I don't mean to harp on Meyer, but I was under the impression that his beefalitics were good. And why is Jesper Bratt, the little guy, doing all the dirty work while Meyer's kind of got in there late? He was looking at the entire play and did nothing. That's when you got to react. Bratt's scrumming. Nico is just pissed. And Meyer's just like Beer Baron, watching Nicky build a whole shed.
So you're saying Jesper Bratt was pulling a Nicky,
and
Meyer was pulling a Beer Baron. That's what we had going on.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. Not a knock on Beer Baron, but it's just.
Oh, we're gonna hear about it afterwards.
But then again, if you're going after, I don't know. Both guys are going after big contracts, but it's Jesper Bratt, taking care of business, and Meyer's the bigger guy. Now, eventually, to his credit, he did get in there in the end there, but it was a little too late. You got to stick up for your countryman, the captain.
Yeah,
that's my observation.
Lasted a little while.
Yeah,
that scrum lasted a little while. Yeah. And it was really only after the defense came in that I feel like I saw Timo Meier in the picture.
Yeah,
but I like seeing that feistiness from the captain. I'll tell you that. Somehow, the Devils were the only one that got a penalty on that. Not even matching minors, but Nico somehow got a roughing penalty. But either way, we'll say the penalty kill came through and got rid of that one. And then right there at the end of the period, the man with the brows, the evil brows, who wouldn't look, he's like the Rock. He's got the hockey eyebrow instead of the people's eyebrow. The hockey eyebrow. Big old Kevin Ball Gets his second goal of the season at 18:46 of the first period. And this was a nice play, actually, by, I believe it was Jack Hughes and Eric Halla, who were basically working a cycle of the puck along the blue line. Just kind of back and forth, dropping it, back and forth, and then the blue line. And they eventually fed it over to Kevin Ball, who put a snapshot on net. And I think that one deflected off of a defenseman and went right in. So good for big old Ball. We've talked about it with Brendan Smith being Mr. Penalty, and Kevin Ball playing a lot solid games down there on that third pairing with Damon Severson. Who knows which Damon Severson's going to show up each night? Thanks for that penalty again tonight, Damon. But either way, Kevin Ball has been solid. We talked about him playing a little bit more physical. We talked about him using his reach and his size to his advantage. Each game he's out there, just liking more and more of what I see. And he's still another young kid. Defensemen take a little bit longer to develop and everything like that. I think we've got good things in our future there. You know me, I love me some Nikita Hoytuk. But I really like the way Kevin Ball has progressed through this season, even when he has been kind of in and out of the lineup here, platooning basically with Brendan Smith. But I haven't seen Ball take a lot of stupid penalties, and I think the game is starting to slow down a little bit for him, which is a good thing, obviously. He's making smart reads. He's staying in position. He kind of got out a little bit on that first. Well, I mean, the whole team was out of position on one side of the ice, so can't just isolate it onto him. But I really like the play from Kevin Ball recently, and I like the way he has grown, and I'm really excited for him to be, a piece of this defense moving forward. We know there's going to be some changes in the offseason. Severson is most likely not coming back. And or Ryan Graves. One of those two is likely not coming back. I would think it's Severson. He's going to command probably around $6 million a year. Graves probably a little bit less expensive. Ball is still a young kid. So we'll see where he ends up next year, but the way he's played, especially now that they've kind of gotten out of this platoon a little bit, where I think this is like his third game in a row that he's played. You see, once he gets in there in that repetition, he really does a good job. So one positive for the night, Kevin Ball and his play, getting the goal there at 18:46 of the first period on that snapshot. Hughes gets the assist, 45 for him on the year. Eric Halla gets the other assist, his 26. So, okay, all right. Some crappy play in the beginning, but it's 3-2. Not the end of the world for the Devils. You know how well they come back. And you're thinking, okay, second period, that's usually our period. Maybe we'll have some good play. Oh, boy. So either way, we go into the second period, and Tuck ends up getting 2 goals in this period. First one, man, wrap around the boards. Woo! Comes right out to Jeff Skinner, and he is able to find Tuck, in the slot area, kind of slipped in between coverage right there, and he slams home, a nice wrist shot for his 31st on the year at 4:50 of the second. Buffalo goes up 4-2, and you're just like, oh, damn it to hell. Devils get a power play. Jack Hughes hits the post again. Oh, man. 2 games in a row. Or maybe this might be 3 games in a row now. Now he's rocketed one off the post. And by the way, new power play setups. PP2 now features Jesper Bratt, which is an interesting little wrinkle that can give that second power play unit a lot more pop. Because the power play, let's face it, it's been crap. in this last little stretch here. It's been really, really bad. They got one a little later today, but what are they? Was that 1 for 16 in the last 4 or 5 games? Can't have that. Can't have that. Tatar, he almost got one. There was a puck just laying right there near the goal line. Andre Palat had a shot that deflected and it went right to the net, and it's just standing there, and Tatar couldn't bang it home. Buffalo then took, as soon as that first power play expired, Buffalo took another penalty. And then Mercer hit the post on that one. He whacked one baseball style out of midair, ka-ting, off the post. And then Dougie Hamilton ends up taking a penalty. But I will say this, it was kind of a questionable call that they both kind of took each other down. But at least we remember the Minnesota game at the end of overtime where we're just like, just haul him down, Dougie. Just haul him down. Well, he hauled him down this game. One game too late, but either way, he didn't make the same mistake again. And the PK came through. No, they didn't actually. That was Tuck's second goal there, right? At 16:38? Or was that a different penalty? I can't remember now. No, Doug. Oh, yeah, the Mikey McLeod. I'm sorry. They killed off the Dougie penalty. And then Tuck scored again late in the period at 16:38. And this was, again, all the Buffalo goals were really nice, I got to say. This was kind of one of those slat passes from Dahlin. Mr. leaving the ice, jumping on my skates when I'm trying to throw a check. And it was really nice, just kind of deflection from a slat pass there for Tuck. His 32nd of the year, PPG, 16:38 of the second period. And you were just like, man, 5-2. And then Jack Hughes is like, I had enough of this crap. I'm friggin' Jack Hughes. I'm going to take the puck, and I'm going to do it all myself, and I'm going to go in, and I'm tired of not scoring goals. This streak ends tonight. And Jack Hughes gets the puck, great individual effort, comes on in, up the far wing, the left wing, puts a backhand right through the 5-hole of Luukkonen. And as we talked about earlier, Palat, just offsides by a hair. Couldn't drag that skate enough to keep himself on sides. A brilliant individual effort there by Jack Hughes, who, after all that happened, he was really kept the puck in the zone as well and first forced his way back down for that backhand shot. Man, did that suck. That was a tough one. Because you're like, okay, 5-3, Jackie boy. Looking good. Gives you a little life. But alas, offsides. Moving into the third period, it is 5-2. Vitek Vanacek. Nice save on Tage Thompson. In tight after the Tage Thompson toe drag. Woo! And then another sliding save on Owen Power, who was coming in. There was a centering pass that got deflected, but I don't remember who on the Devils' defense deflected it. But it deflected, but it still kept bouncing over towards the center of the ice. And Owen Power got a shot on. But man, Vitek Vanacek sliding across on that butterfly, closing up the 5-hole. He says, no soup for you, Owen Power. I'm a Luke Hughes fan over at Michigan. Sorry, Owen. And he puts that in his back pocket, keeping the Devils in this game at 5-2. And then at 5:20 of the third period, for real this time. For real this time. Big old Kevin Ball with the long outlet stretch pass to Jesper Bratt and over to Jack Hughes. And baby, this was like vintage Jack Hughes that we saw in the beginning of the season. Coming up that, if you're watching TV, coming up that near wing, right-hand side. And what's he do? What did we see him do so many times earlier in the season? He comes up here and he shoots it across to the far side. Either above the blocker, below, right in the middle. Perfectly placed shot in the middle this time. Far side. That's an all-star shot. That's what's been missing since the All-Star game from Jack Hughes. That shot worked so many times earlier in the season, and it looked like he just didn't have enough barbecue sauce. You know me, I hate mustard. It looked like he just didn't have enough barbecue sauce on it for a while. Because Jackie boy finally got out of his little funk. And it happens. Goal scorers go into little droughts. Home run hitters go into droughts. Quarterbacks go into droughts. Basketball, but every star player does it every now and then. Just need to snap out of it. Was Jackie boy a little dinged up? We all have our theories about that friggin' horse collar tackle that Brady Kachuk did, who we'll see during our game. Jack was flying out there. I thought he had a good game the last game. Seemed like the speed was really coming back, the creativity. And this game, I think he really showed it as well. When Jack's back, this team is a different animal. So 5-3. Okay? And by the way, Ball, that's his 5th assist. Jesper Bratt, that's his 35th. Jack Hughes was his 38th of the year. Then Nico draws a slashing call, and it's like, okay, come on, PP. Let's get it done. Was it against Tampa Bay that we had that full 2-minute 5-on-3 that they couldn't score? Earlier this game, you get 2 power plays literally in a row, and you couldn't score on them. Let's friggin' go, power play. Let's put one in the net. And finally, it happened. And again, it's Jackie boy, your all-star on the Devils. Getting his 39th of the year. Should be the Hattie, but whatever. The one offsides. He gets his 39th of the year, inching closer to 40 goals on the season. His 2nd of the night. And this was a nice tic-tac-toe play going on with the Devils. Dougie and Jack are kind of going back and forth up at the point. And then finally, Dougie at the center point position passes to his left. Over to Nico Hischier, and Jack Hughes kind of fades in a little bit here, setting up for the shot, and Nico Hischier, much like we've seen Jack Hughes set up Jesper Bratt for that cross-ice pass, this time it's Nico Hischier putting the cross-ice pass over to Jack Hughes, who just whips the snapshot home for his 39th. Ken Danico goes crazy in the press box, throwing pens and papers everywhere because the Devils are back in this game. When they looked down and out and defeated, they fought their way back to 5-4. Power play finally comes through at 9:33 of the third period. And then once again, Vitek Vanacek looking like he's getting a little rejuvenated. He's had a couple good games in a row now after some stinkers. And this time, again, defensive coverage. How can you leave Cousins all alone on the wing? They got to clean this stuff up. They're lucky because Vitek bailed him out there right after the Jack goal. And we unfortunately know how this game ended. We went a little 6-on-5 action, but they couldn't make the magic happen to tie it up in the third period. Wasted opportunity as the Rags beat the Canes the other night. They could have inched up closer and tied it up point-wise with Carolina, but the Devils still at 98 points on the season, which is not bad. Let's face it, it's not bad. You really wanted to win this game because Buffalo is, but not the end of the world. Let's get all this crap out of the way now before the playoffs start. Let's work it out. Like what I saw from Vanacek, like what I saw from Jack Hughes. Those were 2 of the major key components in the early part, and I mean, basically for 3/4 of this season. Those 2 guys running at a different level. Post All-Star break, even though Jack Hughes' normal level is still above some others, we have those higher expectations of him. What's he got? 83 points on the season? He's more than a point a game player. And he's been in a little, little down cycle here. Vitek Vanecek was playing so well in that first half of the season, and then all of a sudden he's giving up these juicy rebounds everywhere. Today, looked like that old Jack Hughes. Today, coming off the bench, looked like that old Vitek Vanecek again. So, bad loss, because this is a team they should have beat. But they did come back. They did put 4 up there. They got some good opportunities. And those 2 major components from the first part of the season are starting to once again play like they were. And maybe get out of that little doldrum that they were going through post All-Star break. Your 3 stars of the games was Tuck, Quid, and Cousins. So no Devils there. Shots on goal, 13, 5, 13 for a total of 31. Man, that second period was tough. Sabres, 12, 5, 9 for a total of 26. No Slayer raining pucks tonight. Face-off percentage. Sabres had the slight edge there. 53% to 43. Devils 1 for 3 on the power play. Finally, they score on the power play. Sabres 1 for 4. Devils out hit the Sabres 18 to 5. Only 4 blocks for the Devs. The Sabres had 18 block shots. Here's a nice one, though. We've been seeing this ugly, ugly stat for a number of games with the giveaways up in the high teens. Only 5 tonight. Only 5 giveaways tonight. So, again, we know Buffalo isn't a Tampa Bay or a Minnesota or a Carolina, obviously, or Toronto, a Vegas, whatever. But still, like to see only the 5 giveaways, 7 takeaways for both teams. Devils lose a game they should have won, 5-4, and fail to gain ground on the Carolina Hurricanes, who are idle tonight. The Canes are clinched with 100 points there, 70 games played. Devils at 72, along with the Rangers, and they are 4 points ahead of the Rags with 98 points to 94. Not the end of the world, but still. Buffalo came in with only 72 points on the season, 8 points out of a playoff spot, and I think they lost like 5 of the last 6 or something like that. So, damn it, not what you want to see. Were there some good moments? Yes. Is it the end of the world? No. Because they come back tomorrow, and they're going to play another team that's kind of lingering right there. We talked about it. Buffalo and Ottawa. Ottawa has 72 games played with 75 points. They're 5 behind Pittsburgh and 8 behind the Icelanders. Put it home tomorrow, boys. At the Rock, Sunday night. Is it a night game? Or Saturday night? I'm sorry. Sunday. Is it a night game? Yeah, it's 4 o'clock for me. So 7 o'clock on the East Coast. Put it home. Wrap this up. Clinch your spot. And let's hit triple digits in the point column for the first time in 11 years. Biggest point? Jack's back. Vintage VTech. 2 games in a row. Kevin Ball plays well. Damon Severson took a bad penalty there at the end of the game. Almost forgot to mention that. Damon Severson took a penalty at 3 minutes left in the game? What's the timing on that? I got to look real here.
3 minutes and
at 16:31. Yay! 16:31. So 3:29 left in the game. Yeah. Not the best play there by old Sieves. But, a disappointing loss, yes. End of the world, no. You still got a game against the Rangers next week, which is going to be huge. You got Ottawa and you got the Icelanders before that to get yourself ready as coming down this home stretch. Last 10 games of the season over here. It's going to be exciting, Sam Wu. Everything is still up for grabs. And I'm talking about also, I don't want to say it, but also the Rangers still have a shot to flip with us. They've been playing well. I'm hoping they're getting their streak done right now. And so they can go on the downstride once the playoffs start. And the Devils are getting their crappiness out of the way now, so they can pick it back up come playoff. But like what I see from Jack Hughes and Vitek Vanacek. Let us know what you think. YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch. Sam Wu, the greatest heel in the history of hockey Twitter, and the king of the football calls, which we haven't had one in a while. But either way, he's still the king of the football call. Sam, by God, Wu, what did you think of this game?
Meh. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But I watched the entire game. Remember in the group text when Beer Baron gave up? I said, this game's not over.
You did.
Yeah, I said the game's not over. So that's the good news, folks. If you want me to spin the positive side to this game, the game they should have won, Jack Hughes breaking out of his funk, scoring 2 goals, almost 3. But I thought the replay, they did their job. They got the call.
Yeah, it was
right.
Offsides. No, it was. Yeah, that call was correct. I'll give
it
it that.
But if it was the other way around, they would have let the goal stand. So, but anyway, that's just me being bitter. Also, thinking as well, Scotty, that look, the Rangers are coming. And they're in the rearview mirror, and they're just getting larger and larger and larger. And I want to prepare the Devils fans and prepare myself that if the Rangers do surpass the Devils, and you have to play the Rangers in the first round with the Rangers having home ice advantage, is it really home ice advantage when the Road Warriors have played better on the road this season than any other team in the NHL, except for maybe you could say the Boston Bruins. I don't know what their record is, but I'm sure it's up there. So, again, there's no need to panic. Take care of business tomorrow, and then you got to prepare for the Islanders. They got 3 games in 4 days. Then they've got Tuesday, Wednesday to rest for the New York Rangers.
Practice.
Yeah.
Rest and practice again.
New York Rangers coming to town on Thursday, which, by the way, little plug here. I'll be at Game Day Live and Devils After Dark at American Whiskey tomorrow. We still have to figure out, Scotty, who's going to fill in for Vinny. We're still trying to figure that out.
That's right.
Yeah, we may have Steve Engel. We may have to call him a backup emergency broadcast.
I might be. I'll probably be around tomorrow, I would think. So maybe I can fill in for Mr. Vinny if it all comes down to it.
All right. Well, we'll talk off air about that. And so we'll be at American Whiskey tomorrow for Game Day Live and Devils After Dark. And then March 30th, Ranger Hate Day. I'll be there in person. Game Day Live and Devils After Dark for Devils Rangers. So big games this week. Every game's now going to be a big game. Every game is a big game. It's just like it's all drama right now because the Rangers are catching up.
There's a lot of drama. No, there is. I will say this though. I think Daryl C. hit the nail on the head. This is still a very young team. We're ahead of the curve, but realistically, we're 1 to 2 years away from what will eventually be. And I 100% agree with you, Daryl, on that. You always want to see your team do well, and they've played so well this whole entire season. I was really worrying that they were just tiring out after this long season of young kids and stuff like that.
Scotty,
but I did feel a little re-encouraged with Jack Hughes and Vanacek tonight. They got to clean up those defensive miscues, though. They really do. You can't leave those guys wide open. Those first 3 goals were just one-on-ones with the goalie in tight.
The insane Pollock says Cornhole is a Ranger fan now. Is that allowed? LOL. Thank you for the super chat, by the way.
Thank you, Insane. We love it.
Yeah. To answer your question, I don't know. I think cornhole is just being cornhole right now. And, again, he's not at the timeout status again, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So R. Nunez says I should lead a road trip on Sunday to watch Luke Hughes play my Penn State Nittany Lions.
Oh, to watch him play Penn State? Oh, that might be an idea over there.
I actually live like 45 minutes away. Unfortunately, I actually scheduled different plans that day. And besides, how are we going to do the Sunday edition of the Let's Go Devils podcast? I can't be at two places at once.
We will have to figure that out. Ariel, I will say, yes, it's the coach's jobs to clean up the defense, but the coaches aren't out there on the ice.
Yep.
And you see some bad coverage plays happening. And some boneheaded plays. Damon Severson, for all the good he did like 2 games ago, he takes a boneheaded penalty again tonight. And then he blew the game 4 games ago.
You know what Lindy may have to do? Maybe about a week before the playoffs, I think you should bench Severson for a couple games, and then
Maybe
start him in the playoffs, and then suddenly we'll get 2 great months out of him.
Maybe. It might be worth it because this defense is really bad. I mean, don't forget, Devils put up 4 goals tonight.
Yep.
It's not like they only put up 1 or 2. They were able to come back and score some goals.
And quick strikes.
It was led by Jackie Boy, Nico, Jesper got in on those assists. You got some defensive play there from Kevin Ball. So you get those guys going again. You get Jack Hughes going again, and this team is completely different. We all know that they've been in a lull since the All-Star break because Jack hasn't been putting the puck in the net. But now he's reunited with Arikala. Seems to have whatever it is, he loves playing with Arikala. So keep them together. I like the way Timo and Nico and Jesper play together. The TNB, they're dynamite. Third line had some good chances tonight. I'm not going to lie. In the first period, Palat and Tatar. We know Tuna's a gamer. Boquist has kind of gone silent a little bit. So I don't know. Was he just on a little hot streak there for a minute? And is he gonna go back to being invisible? The fourth line played well again, even in their limited time. McLeod, Sharangovich, and Nolan Foote. I think Foote is really, given the coaching staff reasons to not take him out of the lineup. Now I know Curtis Lazar is going to be out for a little while with that leg injury. We still don't really know officially a timetable on Big Bastion, but we know Miles Wood is skating and practicing with the team. So when he's ready, it'll be interesting to see who comes out of the lineup. If it's Sharangovich or if it's Nolan Foote. Or do they? I don't think they're going to pull Jesper Boquist out anymore. But it'll be interesting to see what happens there when Miles Wood is ready to come back. But that defense has got to shore it up. They have to stay in position. And you can't hang Akira Schmidt out to dry like that, like they did in the first period on those 3 goals. You can't do it.
Agreed.
So they got to clean up that defense.
And that's something I was talking about during trade deadline. I was more worried about the defense than the offense, Scotty.
Yeah.
And you know what? I agree. Look, this is what my head tells me. I agree whoever said that, look, this is a very young team. They're a little bit ahead of schedule. We should manage our expectations. But my heart says But you got to beat the Rangers. You can't let them beat us because, just like what happened in '94, an up-and-coming goaltender named Martin Brodeur, you can't blame him. That Game 7, he let up that goal, that wraparound. Not his fault, but still, it still hurts. Just I hope this Devils team can put the Rangers away. And
we will see.
That defense, when they're lackadaisical, look, I'm all about defense. I'm all about defense. It's a lot easier to play defense and do well than score 5-6 goals. So the Devils have the talent there on offense because they can score goals at will. But at the same time, some of the lackadaisical plays tonight just brings back bad memories. And, well, Scotty, hopefully they can just turn it around because once this team starts to figure out how to play great defense consistently in front of their goaltender, and the goaltender's making saves, watch out because the offense is there. And I was expecting more out of. I was expecting more out of Meyer tonight, to be honest.
I was expecting a little more out of him, but the defense. Yeah, I mean, how many of these guys are going to be around long term? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So we're going to see. There might be a huge makeover on that defense. I think Marino, with his, salary, his contract, the way he plays, okay. Siegenthaler, okay. Dougie's pretty high priced. He scores a lot of points, but he gives up a lot of blunders as well.
Yeah.
He just needs to shore that up. He almost gave up another breakaway late in the game trying to pinch on a play where he should have recognized that he needed to fall back on. I get that you're trying to push forward because you're down a goal, but there was no way he was beating whoever it was on Buffalo to that puck.
Ariel,
so he's got to play a little bit smarter than what he is. Sorry, no, go ahead.
No, Ariel says, can we fix the defense in 10 games, Sam? Yes, you can. Yes, you can, because all these mistakes that they were making tonight are simply correctable. Everything's correctable. From what I saw, this is not a lack of talent. That's the good news, because you can't teach talent. But lack of discipline, just they almost seem flat-footed at times on defense, and that's where they take bad penalties. So, the Severson thing, okay, let's not harp on him too much. He has been playing well overall in the last 3 months, but they got to clean up that part of the game. And, again, Dougie Hamilton he's high risk, high reward. And at some point, would you play Dougie Hamilton in crucial minutes where you need a defensive stop? Because at times he's a liability, but at the same time, high risk, high reward. He can reward you with that game-tying goal or go-ahead goal. But you know what? The Devils had their chances tonight, and they fell short. If they just play a little bit better defense and more discipline, in their own zone, I think they'll do fine. At the end of the day, it's just scoring one more goal than the other team after the game's over, and they're almost there. I mean, they didn't get blown out tonight. Feels like a blowout because you should have won, should have beaten this team.
They should have won, and they were on the verge of getting blown out. If Vanacek didn't come up with some of those big, timely saves again, like we said, they left Cousins alone there in that third period. Wide open.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't do that. So whatever it is, they just got to get that defensive coverage taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Can they beat these teams? Absolutely. Because they can score, and they can almost score at will at times. And if you get Jack Hughes going again, Nico hit that 30 plateau. Jesper Bratt hit that 30 plateau. Those two guys have had great seasons so far. You get Jack Hughes back up to Jack Hughes of like a month ago, pre-All-Star game. They're deadly out there. But you can't be leaving guys wide open. They got to clean up that defense and just, I don't know, work on their positioning. I don't know what the hell they're doing. But it always just seems like there's someone wide open, like coming up the wing on the opposite side of the ice. It's like, why are all five guys on one side of the ice? You can't do that. They got to get a little smarter with that and stay in the zones and stay in the coverage. So, still got things to work on. It is a young team. But there are some veterans there on the defensive side that shouldn't be making these mistakes. Overall, though, they are a young team. This is the stuff I would expect from Kevin Ball, and he's the one that I don't see it from as much. I see him actually staying in his position more often than some of these other dudes.
Remember back in the day, I was talking about lane hockey? Remember these Devils After Dark? Where the Devils were so out of position. So they're a lot better now than they ever have been. But still, they need to clean some of this stuff up. And Lindy Ruff, actually, Amanda Stein tweeted out a quote from Lindy Ruff, pretty much pointing himself that I didn't think we were ready to play at a high enough level, and when the team is not ready to play, that falls on my shoulders. So good on Lindy Ruff trying to take some heat off of the players a little bit, but at the same time,
that's your coach sticking up for you there.
Yeah, and hopefully they reciprocate, because honestly, a lot of them have to look at it in the mirror, and they simply just have to play better. And let's see how they respond tomorrow, Scotty. I mean, it's a bigger game tomorrow now, and who starts in net? Is it going to be Schmid, or is it going to be Vanacek? I would have to think it would be Schmid.
He didn't even play 10 minutes, I don't think. So
I think he just got a warm-up.
Yeah, he might get the start again. And like we said, I don't know how many of those – you really can't, fault him too much on those first three goals. They were all, one-on-ones.
Yeah.
With no coverage. Except for the Tage Thompson, but he beat Ryan Graves back.
Yeah.
And of all people on the Sabres, that's the one guy that you really, 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 really don't want in a one-on-one situation like that. Because he will burn you, and he did, and it was a sweet move. I thought he was going backhand, and he pulled it back to his forehand and roofs it. I mean, the guy's got 44 goals. You can see how he's a breakout superstar. And he's a monster, too. He's got such a reach. So, you got to keep your eye on those guys. That's just the only way it is. But let's get to some you versus woo. Our score predictions that we've been doing all season long here on Devils After Dark, exclusively on the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network. Now, this is going to be a tough one again, but I think maybe we might get some OTLs, maybe get some single points going on with some of our score predictions. Okay, I see Ramona had 5-2 Devils win, so... damn, no, the Devils only had 4. It was 5-4. So no OTL over there. Sam Wu, what did our good friend Mr. Vinny Parisi have for his score prediction today?
I think he said 6-2 Devils. I don't remember his score.
6-2 Devils. Wow, okay. Well, yeah, playing Buffalo, I could see that. Okay. How about you?
No, Shorts guy had
Shorts guy.
7-4 Devils.
Well, the 4 on the wrong team. Okay. So goose egg so far. How about, come on, Sam Wu. Come on, Sam Wu.
I had 4-3 Devils, so I get the OTL.
All right.
Yeah.
Sam Wu gets the OTL there. The single point for at least getting the Devils score correct with the 4 goals. All right. Good job there, Sam. By God, Wu.
Well, I was thinking to myself in the end there, I was like, I'm in a win-win situation. If the Devils lose this game, I got the OTL. If they tie it up, I'll be happy. get the
Oh,
point.
JP's got it too. He had 4-1 Devs. All right, very nice. Okay, so we're not all goose egging here today. At least we're getting some points on the board. I like it. I like it. Now, Ottawa's coming in tomorrow. And stupid me, because just a little busy at the old work, I forgot to send Sam a score prediction for myself.
Oh, hold
So
on.
what
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna do-
Hold on. I had it telepathically.
Oh, yeah?
You said 6-2 Devils.
That wasn't even what I was going to be thinking. But either way, close enough. But you all of a sudden you're Christopher Walken from oh man, what's that Stephen King movie where he can tell the future and stuff like that?
Oh, I was just trying to throw your score so I could be the only one in the OTL.
Oh man, Sam Wu with your score prediction. It's crazy. I'm going to actually take Ramona's score from today, and that's going to be my score prediction for tomorrow. I'm going to say 5-2 Devils tomorrow, at home, at the Rock, against the Senators. That's what I'm going to go with tomorrow. You can wait on your Sam Wu and everything like that, but oh wait, I might be on Game Day Live tomorrow, so maybe I could do it there as well. So,
Yeah.
But either way, I'm going to go with a 5-2. I'm going to say that, oh man, JP, the dead zone, that's what it was. That's what it was. I'll tell you, fellas, you're going to want that cowbell. And I hope the Devils bring some more cowbell to the Rock tomorrow and clinch this up. Break those 100 points, triple digits, and clinch yourself a playoff spot. But I think Lindy needs to go in there and lay into them and be like, all right, I just went out here and I covered for you. You just lost to a team that you should have beat. We got another chance tomorrow with another team that you should beat. Let's go out there and bury them. And someone keep their eye on Brady friggin' Kachuk. If he tries to horse collar Jack Hughes again, someone better get in there and throw down. So I'm saying 5-2 Devils. They come out pissed. And I'm going to say Timo gets a goal again tomorrow.
Oh, you better.
Or else Nico Hischier has got a couple words for him. I was going to say he's got 2 words for him. Suck it! But, you know, we all saw the lip reading with Nico Hischier there in the first or second period.
I want to see Hischier unfiltered.
Nico, yeah, Hischier unfiltered. Yeah. Man, I like it. He seems like he's getting more pissy and pissy, and I like it. I like it. Don't stand for it, Nico. You don't need to take that crap.
Maybe New Jersey has rubbed off on him. He's no longer neutral. He's always on the attack.
Daryl's got 3-2 tomorrow. JP's got 4-2. Ronaldo's got 5-2. All right, me and you, Ronaldo, we're at it together. 5-2. Ted's got 5-4. We still got 5, so we're going to go with it. I'm going to say Akira Schmidt has a better bounce-back game. Timo, 6 points in 11 games. You know, is he a $10 million player? Because that's what everyone says the offers are going to be. I don't know who it was that was talking about chemistry. But I saw that on the chat right when we started. And right now, the chemistry is still a bit rattled. And it seems like they're still feeling each other out. But I think the T and B, the dynamite, I think that line together won't be able to really form that. And we know Jack and Arikala have that chemistry. Let's see where they go. I'm saying 5-2 Devils tomorrow. Oh, Ariel, that was you? Okay. Daryl says Timo needs to make 40 plus if he wants to get paid. Fair enough. So we're going to see. They get another chance tomorrow night. Bury them. Don't give Ottawa any chance because they're a young, hungry team as well. Put them down. Right, Sam Wu?
Yeah, that's right, Scotty.
All right, well, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you to everybody for checking out Devils After Dark. We'll be back again tomorrow, do it all over again. I'm going to turn it over to Sam, by God, Wu here for the final goodbyes.
I'll be at American Whiskey tomorrow, 51 Edison Place. Come stop by for Game Day Live and Devils After Dark. Say hello to Peyton. Thank you for all the super chats. Those that are watching, drop in the podcast at midnight. Till next time, let's go Devils.